So I actually found the easiest way to invest in AI in 2026 and beyond. Everybody's talking about how good 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is and how new developments are there at Gemini. And everybody's talking about the IPO of OpenAI at $1 trillion planned for 2027. Now, even if you can buy into any of these companies, are you looking at 30% in the next 5 years? Or you are going to be exit liquidity at $1 trillion IPO on OpenAI? Now, you can't even get into this. But the question really is, if you can't invest in these giant companies, how do you actually invest in AI? And the simple answer is through metals. Now, hear me out here. I know metals are rallying. There was a friend of mine who actually texted me this. Yo, bro, I think it's time to move on Bitcoin, move Bitcoin to silver and gold. I'm thinking to sell my Bitcoin and go all in on metals. And I was like, why? He's like, I mean, just look at the chart. And if you look at the chart, this is how the chart looks. Silver is up since October, up 170%. This is not the chart you buy. It just simply isn't. So then why do I say metals? And the reason why I say that is because metals, and certain metals specifically, are essential in building AI infrastructure. And you can see it in the data that there is the global AI spending projected to reach $2 trillion in 2026. This is just this year, and I'm not even talking about 2027, 2028 if someone is thinking longer term. Now, David Sachs in the US comes out and says that GPU is a huge strategic advantage for the US that we should encourage and maintain. So they want thousands, hundreds of thousands, and millions of GPUs in the United States. Sam Altman comes out from OpenAI and saying they could do more. They could build an AI factory that make 1 gigawatt per week of new capacity. That is insane amount of infrastructure or factory that is required to be able to have that output. Trump comes out and says they're investing $500 billion in AI markets. So you see the clear signals. So it made us wonder, what is actually needed for AI infrastructure and building these factories? And there are multiple minerals and metals that are essential, one of them being copper, and the other ones are silicon, gallium, aluminum, and there are a lot of other rare earth elements that made us wonder how to actually long these. Now, one of them is copper. It's quite simple because copper itself, you can long copper as well if you want, but it's just probably much easier to long an ETF. And there is an ETF on Pionex. Now, Pionex is our partner. They are not paying us. It's not a sponsorship, but we do have an affiliate link in the description. You can not only long these metals that I'm going to talk about in this video, but also get a $1,000 sign-up bonus. So you can go and check that out. And if you want to know exactly step-by-step how you can gain that $1,000 sign-up bonus, you can click here on this video and watch that too. But let's jump in here. So there is a copper bot that I open. It is going to open up and market open when New York opens. There is a link in the description to this specific bot. You can literally just click and copy the bot if you sign up using our link. The bottom of the range that I put, this is actually a grid bot that I set up. The reason is because I want to accumulate. This is a long-term bot. I named it Fefe's Copper Bull Market Bot. The reason is because I do believe that copper, being one of the most essential components of building AI infrastructure, is going to perform extremely well. And I'm looking at least like copper, even if I just look at from January, copper is up about 30-40%, which is way more than any crypto assets out there. And I do believe that this will perform even better considering all the things I said. That said, again, I set up a leverage bot. The bottom of the range is actually down here at about $19 on the CTF. I do think this is the daily and weekly bottom. There's no way the copper gets down there, not in the next 2 or 3 years. So I do believe it's a very, very safe bet. There's a link in the description. You can copy that. So the next idea was, what is the other thing that I could long? And I could look into long in silicon and aluminum and all that, or rare earth elements specifically. But there is a specific index called VanEck Rare Earth Strategic Metals ETF, or REMXX. And you can long that as well. Now, this chart looks absolutely insane as well. From June last year, it's up about 180%, which is mind-blowing for some of us being in crypto. It's a little bit sad, but at the same time, it is time to actually jump on here. Now, VanEck has targeted exposure, focusing on companies deriving at least 50% of the revenue or holding 50% of resources from rare earth and strategic metals, meaning this ETF is basically focused on specifically what is needed for AI infrastructure. And guess what? Pionex listed them as well, so there is a chart for that to long. Now, this is not on leverage, this is not on perpetuals, but it is on spot. So it is a spot bot, meaning there is no liquidation price. You basically just accumulate. This is why it is worth putting a little bit more money in if you believe in. It's very, very important that both of these bots available down in the description. In a link, you can just click, copy, and simply write this bot. You don't really need to worry about anything else. Just set it up. I set it up. You can click and copy them using the link in the description if you signed up using our link as well. It's super simple, super easy, and my trajectory for the REMXX as well, looking looking at least a 100% move going into the 200s, at least this year, considering all the investments and all the infrastructure that is going into building AI infrastructure. Guys, this is basically, it's super simple. Copper being one of the main components, that's one. And two, the rare earth metals through the VanEck ETF. It's one click copy, and I do believe that if you're not getting exposure to this now, not only because metals are skyrocketing, but also because it just simply makes sense considering all the AI infrastructure builds, I do think you're making a mistake. So again, there's a link in the description to all this. You can get a $1,000 sign-up bonus. You will be able to see this video. And other than that, come back for another one. My name is Fefe, and I do these every single day. 5-minute, 10-minute market update to help you make money. And I'm showing my way of doing it. Guys, appreciate you. I'll see you in the next one tomorrow morning. Ciao, ciao.